Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day. So last week I made my way up to Virginia. I was almost in Maryland and picked up something awesome. Before I show you, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notifications to get more videos coming to you. And here she is, 2020 Challenger Hellcat. Now this color is Smoke Show. I did trade in my 2019 Scat Pack, which it was the triple nickel color, but the Smoke Show's grown on me pretty quickly. Now it doesn't have a lot of fancy options or anything. No premium dash or anything like that. It's just got cloth seats, which the cloth seats I'll eventually change. I just gotta find some. But we're making this video today so we can install these. We got some side skirts and some splash guards. All right, we got the car pulled inside the garage. Now we're gonna start with the side skirts. So the side skirts and the splash guards I both got from ZL1 Addons. I'll put a link in the description below. Now you'll get both of these as part of the full body kit, which I ordered the side skirts and the rear extensions. With the rear extensions I had to leave on my old car just so there wasn't a bunch of holes in the back, but I'll make a separate video for that one. And you should get a little Allen key, and it's very simple to install. You have your Allen key inserted, and you just unscrew these until you get about halfway out. Now one good thing about the side skirts from ZL1 Addons is the bottom has plates on it, and I'll show you that in just a second. So underneath these are little plates. As you can see, there is some wear from where it was on my other car, but these actually work kind of as a jack puck. And you can order some separately, but whenever you put these on, you're not going to be able to use any. So that's why ZL1 Addons added this. That way you don't have to take these off anytime you want to jack up the car. But we'll get started with the install. Real quick before we get started, I just want y'all to see how dirty this is. And that's the reason why I'm putting these on, to help keep the tires from throwing up mud and grime and everything else. All right, let's get started. So these right here are going to line up and go on this part right here on the metal. Make sure you don't grab hold of the plastic whenever you're sliding them in and tighten them down. You don't want to damage that. So the best way to do this, or how I see to do it, because I've already did it before, is to line up the front right there, and that's going to put this first part right here. And let me readjust the camera and we'll get started with installing it. All right, so as you can see, got the metal part right there for the first spot. It goes up right to this lip right here, and that's where you want it to start at. And you just take and get your Allen key in there, start to tighten it down. Make sure you have it pushed all the way up. There you go, you got that snug. As you can see, the rest of it's still kind of hanging down, but I'm just taking, work my way back, line everything up, snug it all down. And I'll show you once I get to the back. Okay, so we made it to the back. Get the light out of the way for you. All right, so the second one in the back, which is right down, so I get a good video right here. That one's kind of a pain to do. You just gotta be patient with it, and eventually you get it all installed. slide your last one up. Won't tighten it yet. And just make sure, and if you see, when I started flush at the beginning, their measurements were really good, because I mean, it's completely flush right there. But I'll get this tightened down and I'll show you what it all looks like once I'm done. All right, I got the last one tightened down. And it's important to know this. As you're working on these, you can kind of see where each one of them has a little bit of playroom where they can slide back and forth. So even though they might not all be the exact size, you can always adjust it how you need to. Just once you get all of them kind of tight, just go through and make sure all of them are snug. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I'm not gonna record it because it's the exact same way, but I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, got both of them put on. I'm gonna show you the other side. Like I said, they both go on the same way. There's kind of a different angle from it. And this little gap here is going to be filled once we start putting the splash guards on. But we'll go ahead and get started on that first. All right, we're going to get started with the front splash guards. So this is what the front one looks like. You got your 3M tape up here. And you have a spot here and here for these screws to go through. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to remove these two, and this piece right here is going to come off. Now these are fairly long screws, so they do take a while to remove. You can see there's one of the screws. Okay, so got both screws out. Make sure you save those because you're gonna need them. And this piece right here is gonna pull out. You do have to pry on it a little bit. Now this is what the screws go into. Now you're not going to need the bottom one, so you can set it aside. The top one you will need, so once you get it off, you're going to reuse it. There we go. Alright. So also, I don't know if you can see, there's a little part right there that slides in, so you got to kind of pull it out this way. Like I said, we'll reuse the top. Next, just some alcohol in a rag. Make sure you clean this area real good, especially up in this area, because you're going to have some 3M tape. It's going to need a bond there. Right. Got that clean. It's important whenever you're putting these on, put each one on the right side. The textured side is going to go this way. You're going to have the smooth side that's going to face towards the tire. Now the piece I said to retain that you're going to reuse, you're going to install at the top. You can see it's got a little square hole. You can pop it through. There we go. We got it in like that right there. Oop. Actually, you will need this one. You're actually going to go ahead and put this one in on the bottom. You see here, it doesn't have a spot like the top one did, but your screw's still going to go there. Let's catch that. Start with the bottom one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and snug the bottom one down. Alright, got that snug. Now before I put this one in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the backing off the 3M tape. If I can get, there we go. All right, I'm gonna fill that off. I'm gonna make sure this side's lined up. I'm gonna start from the bottom, get the stick, push up. Make sure you apply some pressure so you get a real good bond. I've heard most people say to hold it for like 10 seconds. And put in the middle screw. Oop, wrong way. There we go. Alright, make sure your bottom is tight. Remember, it's plastic that these screws are going into, so you don't want to get them too tight. You want to make sure they're good and snug. Should be good right there. Alright, so there's this side. Let's put on. Pretty simple. I'll do the passenger side, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, got the passenger side on. As you can see, these are basically right there together. A little tiny gap, but you're not going to see that unless you're up close. Also up top, I didn't show y'all if it'll focus. There's a little clip they have that you use, and you put those on both sides, and that just kind of helps keep that 3M on there and it don't slip or anything. Now we'll get started with the rear splash guards. Alright, so now we're going to start with the rear splash guards. As you can see, there's one that's up top here. There we go, focused. Alright, so you can either use a T27, which I believe that's a security bit, which I'm not going to use that. Instead, I'm just going to use my 10mm. So that's for that top one. And these other ones, if you want to, you can remove the wheel, but I'm gonna be lazy and leave it on and just get on the back of these, and I'm just going to take some cutters that I have and just cut those off. And this is what the back looks like. Now there is no 3M for this one. I guess if you wanted to buy some and use it, you can, but I think it's going to secure pretty well. Now, since these did come off of my Scat Pack that I had, I only have 2 of these, which, not including this one, I'm going to need another 2 more, which I ordered a kit off of Amazon, and it should be here in a couple days, and I'll just throw them on once I get it. Up top, where that screws at, once you get your splash guard on, you're going to put this little nylon spacer behind it. But enough of me talking, I'll get started on this. Alright, so these little ends right here for what I'm going to cut off. Now it's important to know you're going to cut this one, this one here, and that one up top there. Oh, trying to light. Hold on. Here we go. This one, you're not going to cut. Do not cut that one. And you'll notice that it's a little different than the others, but you're not going to need to remove that one. Let me readjust my camera and I'll start cutting them. Alright, so I couldn't get the camera really adjusted to where you can still see. I'm going to try to do this while holding the camera, at least do one of them. Now, make sure that you're wearing safety glasses, because when you cut these things, they are going to fly. Yep. Good thing I had safety glasses on. Alright, so I'm going to put the camera down so I can do these others, and I'll show you once I get them removed. Alright, got all of them cut. You can see this is free, and you can see now why I told you not to cut that one. That's the bumper connecting to this piece right here. Now the only thing I have left is to do the screw, which is all the way up there. Alright, so taking a screw out up top, that's about how that one is. And like I was saying, whenever we go to put on the splash guard, it's going to go this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the top. Start that by hand. Alright, got that now. And we'll take one of the fasteners I have. I'm going to put one on the bottom. There we go. And since I only have 2 of these, I'm going to put one in the middle right here. And just need to tighten this one. Alright, that should be tight enough. Those all the way in. Alright. Get the light in here for you. So there's your top one that's in. And if you're buying these new, you'll have enough fasteners to put all of them in. But like I said, this came off my Scat Pack that I had, and I was just basically using what I have now. But as soon as I get the new fasteners in from Amazon, I'll go ahead and fill the other 2. Yep, there's that one. Let me do the other side and I'll show you what they look like. I got the passenger side installed. I just did it the same way that I did the driver's side. Get a view for y'all. That's kind of what it looks like there. There we go. So that should help a little bit with getting dirt and everything up there. And you can see, I haven't washed the car, so you can actually see how much the tires throw up stuff onto the paint. You know, just help with the longevity of your paint and stuff. Yep, got that installed, and we got these installed, and the front splash guards installed. Now, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I'll try to get a link for everything, and I'll put it in the description below. And like I said earlier, I got a lot more videos coming to you, so just please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, and you'll have more videos coming your way. Hope y'all have a great day. Till next time.